last 3 games from the field.
Yeah.
Have you given any thought to moving Russell Westbrook into that starting lineup with the way he's played so far?
I mean, we're considering everything, man. This is about us playing at a high level. 24 minutes tonight, probably, maybe 30. It's not enough. We need a 48-minute effort to win in this league, especially against a team like that. That's a team that is a championship-level team. You can't play for small stretches. Better, but ain't nobody checking for participation trophies. We got to go get it done, period.
Doug, we didn't get a chance to ask you any questions after what you said pregame.
Yeah.
I'm curious, can you elaborate a little bit? You said, for those of us that are with you, buckle up. You said for those of you who aren't, you know who you are. Were you speaking to the media, the fans,
No, just
the players?
Just whoever. It's a lot out there. So whoever got questions about the Sacramento Kings and where we going, we're aligned in where we going, and we're going to get there. So take that for however. Wasn't no specific person, but everything that's coming in ain't specific either.
Doug, opposing starting centers over the last 3 games have combined for 87 points, 84% shooting from the field. I know a lot of that's instantly going to go to Domas and the big men defensively, but what can the team do to better defend against the starting centers?
We have to pull over. I scratched the paint out on the board at halftime, so we need to own this. Like, listen, when the ball is on the side, you pull the gym over. When the ball is in the middle, you pull the gym in. And many times we're finding ourselves off ball, either daydreaming, watching, not fully engaged, not all the way in position. You need to sprint to your position. There's a difference in getting to your position and running to your position. Sprint to your position, turn, and see the floor. That's a requirement. So, these are steps along the way, which is what I was saying. We're not there yet. I recognize that, but we're going to get there. And when you see people sprinting to their position, you say, damn, that look good. I'm about that life.
Doug, all things considered, your opponent, Domas being in foul trouble, what did you think of what you got from Drew tonight?
Drew was really good. Listen, he's playing against a monster, first of all, but he gave some good minutes. He did some good things, and in that backup role, we need him to be aggressive, be physical, rebound the basketball up to the level on pick and rolls, impact the basketball when he sets screens, roll extremely hard, use your athleticism, sprint the floor, flatten it out. Like, he can do all that. And, tonight we're a little extended minutes, but when he has his regular minutes, that is totally, totally something that he can do to take advantage of the opposition center.
Look, even before tonight, the 4-man units of Dennis, Zach, Domas, and DeMar, the offensive numbers haven't been great. And I know you've been talking about defense a lot, but where are they at in the process of getting more comfortable with each other, and what can you do to get more out of this offense with your best guys?
Offense? Yeah. Ain't nobody talking about offense. I mean, tonight was only 108, but on most nights we scoring enough points. It ain't about the offense. It's not about them guys can score the basketball. There's a lot of people that can score the basketball. If we want to win, we need to focus on the defense. Period. Offense. Make some shots. You make and miss shots. I get that. There's timing. There's different things. But I don't want to hear about no offense.
Coach, you've talked a lot about communication, both physically and verbally. Tonight, only giving up 12 points off of turnovers and then also 18 points in fast break. Did that communication look closer to the Kings' level in transition to you?
A little bit. I mean, the other night it was ridiculous. Like, you backing up, like you escorting somebody to the basket for a layup. We got to draw a line in the sand, and I thought the communication in transition was a little bit better. There were a couple of lapses, and Jokic is about as good as it is kicking the ball up the floor. The Braun kid, I believe, is in like the top 5 in fast break points in the league, usually all the time, and I think he might have got away once. We did protect the ball a little bit better, but even so, 10 turnovers, only 12 points is better. The other night, I think it was like 37 points. That means like every single time you turn the ball over, they are scoring the basketball. So a little bit better in that area. And that's what I told them. Like, listen, all those little things equal a big thing. And we got to just keep chipping. Once they get 48 minutes in, they'll feel it. They'll win a game. And then we begin down the road on that process of the consistency, because there's a level of consistency that it takes and a level of focus that it takes to just play for 24 seconds at a time, be where you're at, talk loud. Like there's 20,000 people in there, 15,106. And for somebody to hear you, you gotta be uncomfortably loud and embarrassingly loud. And when we do that, that means my teammate hears me. Now I've spawned that. Now I'm pointing and telling them where to go. There's a bunch of levels to the communication. It just has to continue to improve. That's an area that helps your defense immensely.
Doug, how would you describe like both the level of frustration and the sense of urgency with your guys right now?
I mean, the frustration is controlling the little things. Like that's like when a guy's shooting the ball and you foul him shooting a 3-pointer. That's frustrating as hell. When you just ticky-tack fouls, when you're doing, no free throw box out. Like those are the little tiny things that will drive you crazy. But as I said earlier, I know it's a process, and we're going to keep inching towards where we need to go. Every single night it's going to be a requirement of what it is that we do, and we're going to get there. Period.
Coach Christie, was there any other improvements that you've seen tonight compared to the last 2 games?
I mean, to be honest with you, I have to go back and look at the film because there's so many different things that I'm looking at in the game. I thought there was a bit better sense of urgency. I thought the lackadaisical attitude of like we're not good enough to work your way into a game. We got to hit the game head on immediately. It ain't no 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 1 minute into the first quarter. Nah. We got to immediately, when the ball is thrown up, you got to play like it's the fourth quarter and it's the last minute. Like that is the requirement of what it takes to get out of where we at. So I felt a little bit of that, but it's not enough. It needs to be more.
What's just the internal conflict for you as a coach when, we speak to your players a lot and they talk about, certainly defensive effort can be there, but then the battle of maybe it's a personnel thing as well. I imagine you control what you can control as your guys on your team, but how do you kind of rationalize between the two of can it be a personnel thing as opposed to individual effort?
No, it's difficult, but that's the task of this seat, man. It is what it is. We ain't got no excuses here. We got to figure it out. There's combinations. We got back in the game. We took the lead. We cut it to something, and then all of a sudden, in those moments, can't happen. We have to figure out a way where we are better in those moments. I don't care who's on the floor. This is who we got. So we gotta figure that out. I'm always, as I tell you, I'm standing in front of the bullet. So I have to figure that out. And I will, period. That just like, I get it, a step, but that's not what we're looking for. We're not making steps, we're making strides. We're trying to get there. And the only way to get there is you got to give it up. Uncomfortably give it up. to the point where you need to raise your hand to come out the game. And period. It is what it is. All right, y'all.